Welcome back. Well, let's focus on an important story now. The Kodak stock surged on Wall Street after President Donald Trump announced a deal to work with the photography pioneer to produce ingredients in generic drugs in response to the coronavirus pandemic. What the impact will be on Indian companies? Sonal Bhutra, my colleague, has the details, and then we'll go across to Gurmeet to get his view as well. Sonal, first to you. Well, it's an interesting piece of news coming in. The leader in photography sales has received or won a $765 million loan from the US government under the Defense Production Act, and that is not for anything related to photography. But now the company will be producing drugs to expedite domestic production in pharmaceuticals. They will also be producing a lot of generic drugs, and also HCQ, that was the much hyped drug that was also used for COVID treatment. The company said they will be producing key starting materials, that is KSM, and active pharmaceutical ingredients, that is API. This is to reduce the dependence of US on something like in India and China for drug production, and also to loosen US's reliance on foreign sources. In fact, the company said that US is aiming to shift from relying on countries such as China and India, and Donald Trump himself said that it is a breakthrough in bringing pharmaceutical manufacturing back to the US. So it is not only India, but even the bigger countries like US, which are indulging in Atmanirbharta, and they are focusing on domestic production as far as APIs and drugs are concerned, because remember, China continues to remain the biggest leader as far as drug production is concerned. Back to you.
Okay, Gurmeet, I just wanted to ask you whether we should worry about this. I mean, India is a big supplier, Indian pharmaceutical companies, to the US. Now, if they are going for self-reliance in some key ingredients, is this a fear? And of course, generally your view on pharma.
So that I think there are pockets where we need to be cautious just because they have run up, just because the pharma is in favor. We saw that with graphite makers last year. It's very dangerous to, chase a fad. I think I am very positive on pharma in general. Our top picks are Ipca and Divi's. Look at Ipca, for example, FY20, great note, domestic formulation business up 15-16%, API up 32%, international generics doing well across therapies, pain, anti-malarial. So, great hybrid model. Look at Divi's Labs. I think the opportunity to look at alternate sources of bulk drugs and API is huge. API has a great mix of generics and CRAMS. The last quarter mix of CRAMS and custom synthesis was 60-40. Superior chemistry skills, ability to add value in late life cycle strategies. Virtually no regulatory issues. If you see, we had 193 inspections last year, right? And bulk of it was, the highest was Sun and Oro. So I think go with good players. Also, some of the MNC names. Look at, for example, Sanofi. Top 5 brands like Combiflam and Allegra, they contribute about 54% of sales. So look at some MNC names, look at some good hybrid models, and I think we should be done. Pharma weightage in Nifty is just 4%. I think it's got to go up. You should be in the right spaces though.
Okay, well, Gurmeet, thanks a lot for joining us and giving us your views. We hope to speak with you soon. But let's move on. We have another lady joining us now. It's been a weak quarter from Castrol because the lockdown caused a steep decline in lubricant consumption. Rashmi Joshi, the CFO and whole-time director of Castrol India, joins us now to talk about that. The revenues fell 53%. EBITDA was down 66% in Q2. It's Q2 calendar year for Castrol. Rashmi, hi. Good morning. Because of the lockdown, consumption of lubricants was hit very badly. But what is the situation right now? Are you seeing any recovery in demand at all?
So I think April and May were really completely locked down, and we found it very difficult to move around. June saw a good pickup on agricultural demand as well as personal mobility demand, and that trend more or less is continuing. However, various parts of the cities are closing down. Cities or towns are closing down and reopening again. So very difficult to predict at this juncture what is going to happen. But at the moment, it looks stable, I would say.
Good morning, Rashmi. Was July better than June? If yes, how much?
So I can't talk about July numbers. We are talking of Q2 results here. So
I agree, but just an indication whether things are on an uptick. I'm not asking you for percentage. But otherwise, how would we have an idea whether things are on recovery mode?
Yeah, I think things are looking better and seem to be on the recovery mode. But as I said, there are still parts of states which are closing down again, and nobody can really predict how that would go. But overall, things are looking better.
Okay. There are a couple of companies which told us July was worse than June. I mean, they were not Auto, yeah, of course, Escorts also told us that. And so did India Cements, that July was not as good as June.
Yeah.
So obviously everybody is worried about the re-imposition of lockdown, which is why I asked you. What about production? Are you, physically able to produce in all your plants to capacity?
Yes, so our plants resumed their operations safely with lower numbers.
Oops. Okay, I think she couldn't hear us, or her frame
Yeah, I think we
froze.
lost
So we'll
her.
we'll try and go back to her.
But I think the
it's good to
markets have
see-
opened. Maybe you want to look at that. The Nifty is opened lower. I'm sure there will be some correction very soon. But let's look at all the IT stocks are lower. About 1% lower on Infosys, HDFC 1% lower, HUL 1% lower. Maybe it will just correct itself. But Tech Mahindra is higher. IndusInd is up 2.5%. That's post results. Ultratech is up about 2%. So is Bajaj Finance. L&T is doing well. Britannia, maybe you want to put Nestle. Nestle is up about 0.6%. And maybe if we have, now I don't know if we would still have got rates for RBL, IDFC. IDFC First Bank is starting in the green and quite brightly in the green, 7%. RBL, would we have a rate? RBL also was in the green. Okay.
What also stands out for me is Tata Coffee. We were just discussing this, 20% higher in pre-opening. Very good numbers this time around, and Tata Consumer owns about 57% in Tata Coffee. So both those stocks actually are having a really good run. Okay, now adjusting to about 5% higher for Tata Coffee, so keep an eye out on that. But we're still waiting for these rates to settle, and in the meantime, we have a conversation with Castrol going. Rashmi Joshi, the CFO of the company, is back with us. Rashmi, my colleague was asking you about the capacity utilization at 3 of your plants, Silvassa, Paharpur and Patalganga. Because of the renewed lockdown, has the utilization been impacted, and what are the levels now?
Yeah, so we have started operating all the plants safely, depending on the regulations in each state. We are working at 75% capacity, and I would say we are able to service most of the demand due to the stocks that we already have in the system and various stock depots, as well as we are producing to the demand that is required.
The one worry is raw material costs as a percentage of sale have risen both year on year and quarter on quarter, and now stands at almost 50% of sales. Do you see further pressure here, and will that continue to impact your margins?
Yeah, in this particular quarter, we actually gave out a scheme on to the dealers, and that there's a dilution in sales prices because of that, and that's the reason why you're saying the margin diluted. But it should get back to normal next quarter or so. And but this scheme enabled us a lot in terms of getting the momentum going, as well as collecting our dues from the market. I think the cash performance is phenomenal in this quarter. Our focus was to protect cash in this period of COVID. And so that has worked well in our favor.
Okay, one last question then. You signed a strategic alliance with Jio BP as well for fuel retail. What does this entail for you as a company, and what could the revenue potential be?
So I think Jio BP Alliance will look at various mobility solutions as a joint venture, and Castrol, to start with, will supply to their fuel codes. So we are the single source of supply for them now, and that should give us a good opportunity in the fuel codes. The volume is just early days. I can't predict volumes at the moment, but more than just the volumes of lubricants, I would look at other opportunities that would present to us through access to Reliance's Jio digital platform and other mobility solutions. I think that will be a more interesting area to explore going forward.
All right, Rashmi, pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much indeed.